Master Chief is back.
Oh, god damn. That was a long pause.
Master Chief is back, everybody. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about Halo Season 2. Yes, we are a video game podcast, but you know what? Sometimes we talk about video game adaptations and what becomes of them in a TV show, okay? So we're going to be talking about Halo Season 2. This is Brett's review of the full show of Season 2. I have watched it. I have completed it. And it is something worth talking about, actually, a little bit here.
Okay.
So to level set here, who watched Season 1?
I watched 2 episodes of Season 1.
And Austin, you watched one-ish?
I watched the first episode, and then I watched the ending scene that was garbage.
So y'all don't know anything.
I don't
Perfect.
care to know anything. Sorry. Go ahead.
Austin, the whole reason this podcast exists is because of our argument about which is a better first-person shooter, Halo.
This isn't a first-person shooter.
But it's Halo, bro. This
Halo,
is the
bro.
lore, the narrative.
All right, you
of
win.
Halo.
You win. It sucks.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all I want to hear. Where's that coaster? Say I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
I'm not sorry.
Oh, man. I'm just kidding. So Halo Season 2 is here. I am going to refrain from any major spoilers of Season 2, but I may talk a little about Season 1 because if you haven't watched it yet, well, you should have watched it by now. Okay. So
Okay,
screw
please.
you guys.
Please.
Going home.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
kidding.
Don't ruin it for me.
Oh,
Please
my God.
stop.
So the big issue of Season 1 that everybody had was that Master Chief took off his helmet. And they were like, what the heck? Master Chief doesn't take off his helmet. Well, in Season 2, if you want him to leave his helmet on, he has it on about 10% of the time. So even less than the first season.
Fuck you, fans.
So don't get used to that because he basically
You were
doesn't ever
offended
wear
before.
it. Yeah, he basically doesn't wear it. So the way I kind of look at this show, I thought long and hard about this Season 2. I came into it from a different lens than the first season.
Okay.
Because the first season, I was expecting what I experienced in the Halo video games. And that's with you have this unworded, not talking Master Chief character that just does his shit, destroys bad guys, takes out the Covenant, the Flood, this, that, whatever, and all that stuff. This
Did you
one
get
is,
that?
huh?
Did you get that
In the game?
in the first the first series?
In the first
one?
season? No, I didn't really get that much.
Okay, cool.
No, I actually did a little bit. Also, if you guys hear stuff, the Blue Angels are going to be flying over this
cool.
entire time right now. So,
What?
yeah, I'm sure you know already, but in
Yay.
case Sauce doesn't know, but they were loud as shit yesterday.
Yep.
Crazy.
Just gonna get louder.
Oh, yeah.
Day.
Yep. All right. So anyway, Halo Season 1 started off, I think, strong. I liked the first couple episodes, and then it fell off and kind of went off this weird path. Master Chief just gets a little too emotional because he loses a chip that's inside of his head that allows him. Yeah, Master Cheeks. He loses a chip inside of his head that cut off his emotions, and now he has emotions, and suddenly they come rushing back to him, and he's like, oh, I don't know what to feel. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. And it's like a whole shit show. But then at the end, the second to last episode, it kind of comes back, and I was like, that was a badass scene with a big battle where you can see all the Covenant ships and stuff flying in, like the Banshees and the Ghosts and all these different things that look really, really cool. And then the last episode was kind of cheesy and stupid. So that was the culmination of Season 1. So then we enter into Season 2.
Great success.
And this one starts just after Season 1. There's a foreshadowing of John lying on a bed and he's hurt and injured. And then they quickly go back to prior time to lead into what's happening. He's on a planet that's about to get glassed by the Covenant. So the Spartans are there to get everybody off there. And these are these religious people that are like, no, we're going to stay here. This is the way. This is what we're supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Master Chief is like, I'm going to go up on this hill because there's this cloudy stuff and there's lights flashing off. And then he sees his girl, the Covenant girl. I think her name is McKee, I believe.
Girl.
Yeah, she's a blonde hair girl. She's the chosen one by the Covenant. And the Covenant are bowing down to her because she saw visions and she's going to lead them to Halo. And that's her thing. And she is she's a little short girl and stuff like that. In the first season, her and John Boink and have a little fun time there. And then he's like, oh, we're connected now. Or she's like, we're connected now because they are connected. If they touch this artifact all of a sudden like they can see each other and like be wherever they are, kind of like the connection that Rey and Kylo Ren had in like the trilogy. You know, they can like be a part of one another.
Oh.
Same idea, but it's in here. And anyway, so he sees McKee for a hot minute. He comes back. The Oni is like, John, you're fucking crazy. You need to get mental psychiatric help. And they relieve him of his duties. And that's where he's like, fuck you guys.
I don't need the space armor anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a badass.
No, they take away his armor.
Yep.
So there's, I am going to say,
Wow.
so there is I am going to say one spoiler. There's a big badass battle. After the glassing happens, the Covenant comes and invades Reach. And that's where he is. And the Oni group or whatever is like, fuck these guys. We're going to let the planet get destroyed. And we're going to take all the Spartan armor and we're going to get the fuck out of here and let everybody else here die. And
With Master Chief?
With Master Chief.
Oh, okay.
Their hope is Master Chief dies. Did he die? Of course not. 'Cause
Wait,
he's
what?
Master Chief.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Fuck him. Let's just take his armor and he dies. He's not. We don't need the super.
Well,
soldier.
because he's a dissident in their mind. So like,
Okay.
he won't do all the things that they want him to do. He knows their secret, their deep dark stories. So he's like, no, like I don't trust these guys because there's like the Oni leader lady is like psychotic and wants to like destroy everybody just so she can get to Halo. And then there's like her little peon that she used to replace Halsey, who was supposed to be like a yes man, who then stuff happens later on. Anyway, he's a little bitch, but there's a whole thing that happens there. But I'm getting off track. Let me pull back.
All right,
so this Reach battle happens, and the Reach battle was like epic. It was really, really good. You have Soren there who comes to save the day and fight. A bunch of people sit there and fight each other. And then, you know, they do make it off the planet, and there's like a lot of this like rebuilding and then decisions on like, okay, who goes where? What are we going to do in order to stop the Oni from doing what they were doing and also stop the Covenant who was trying to get to the Halo? And they need to stop the Covenant from getting the Halo because they're going to use it as a weapon. So eventually you're going to lead up to this big, huge, epic battle, which I'm not going to share what happens there, but let's just say there's a big epic battle at the end right outside of Halo.
Something's going on here.
And the whole entire process of this story, you have Spartans that die. You have humans that die. A lot of shit goes down. A lot of emotional trauma goes down.
Wait, do the other Spartans not have shields?
What do you mean?
They do.
Oh, yeah. They all have
They all
shields.
have shields.
Okay, this person just got shot.
It's training. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is
training.
Continue.
Yeah.
Continue.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
There's practicing,
Yeah.
doing their thing. So all this stuff is going out. Basically, all this to be said, my point that I'm trying to make here is that the first season was very focused around like you learn about Halsey, you learn about Master Chief, and you learn about like it's a lot of time spent with the Cortana and Halsey and Master Chief and like this conflict amongst all of them, like John getting his emotions back and realizing that he's just been a pawn this entire time and was pulled out from his childhood and restricted his childhood, and some of the other Spartans are having that same problem. They're just like having this emotional trauma shit, and there's a couple battles that happen in the end. In this one, it's more of a global conflict, I feel like, that is more akin to like the shows and everything, or not to the shows, but to the games. The Reach battle was great. And then in this one, it's like definitely a conflict between like the military sector of the Spartans and the UNSC against like the Oni, who's this like dark organization that basically seems like they have good intentions, but really they don't. And they're out to do things for the betterment of them, even if it means a lot of people are going to die and get hurt. And you think John's fucking crazy at the beginning, and then you find out, no, he's actually super accurate and not crazy, and nobody was going to listen to him. But then fortunately, he maintains connection with Cortana, who's a badass, who can do anything she wants to do in the world, even if she's not there, and helps him get into where he needs to get to convince people of the things that he needs to convince them of, and then moves on from there. So, yeah, a lot of interesting stuff that happened in season 2. But I will say, as much as there's been a lot of distaste in the Halo show, I don't think this is a bad show. Like, I have overall enjoyed my time with what I've been watching, especially in season 2. I think the production value of the Halo suits, I think the way they capture the Covenant, the ships, the battles, looks fucking amazing. Looks really, really good. Seeing a brute soldier like face to face pull out that freaking that sword and get ready to like chop somebody's head off.
That's
I'm like, Elite, whatever. Yeah, whatever those things are called. You know, I don't play Halo. Fuck that game. No, I'm just kidding. The elite soldiers, you know, like how like they're big brute, you know, and the fact that they have voices in this game, like they actually talk, which is weird to see, but it's like kind of interesting to see from that side, that perspective. I didn't realize how religious of an organization they were because again, I didn't play much of the games, but they're very much like driven by like a religion, like their religious like intent, and it was very interesting to kind of see that dichotomy happen, and like they're both kind of wanting the same things, but they're on different sides of the coin, and it's this push and pull conflict and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a pretty great show. What questions do you have?
Do you think it's deserving of a season 3? And how many seasons do you think the show will last for?
I do think it's deserving of season 3 because there's still some unfinished business here. Mm-hmm. Like we literally still haven't gone to Halo yet. Like so, it's like I want to. Like I feel like we want to be on Halo. You know,
just because we haven't been there doesn't mean it's deserving of season 3.
Well, I do feel it is.
Okay, he felt like there was
for that, and I think there's enough to push it forward.
I got you.
That he wants to see it continue.
Because there isn't. I mean, they've done a good job at kind of like building out this world a little bit more than kind of what I expected. Like I think the first season they kind of got a little off the rails a little bit, but in this one I think it's better. It's better tracked. It's better paced. There's a lot of good action sequences, a lot of good emotional ties with all the different characters, a lot of really like parts where you like get into like a character and like start to respect a character, and then shit happens and you're like, frick, that just happened.
I mean, the action sequences is what like got me kind of want to go back to it and rewatch it, especially the scene. You guys are gonna hate me for it, but Master Chief's character John, he's not in his armor suit and he's fighting an elite just hand to hand. I was just like, holy fucking shit, that looks badass. You know, he's taking on this guy without his armor. I was just like, okay, this looks interesting, but I'm not a big fan of Halo to begin with.
Yeah.
So I think I kind of want to give it a second chance. But
and honestly, like I agree, because like as much as I didn't like the fact that he took his helmet off so much in the first one, I went into this season knowing that was still going to be the case, and I just accepted that. And I was like, it really, I mean, Pornstache does a pretty damn good job playing this character and playing this role. He started off where I didn't quite like him, but just like we'll talk about in Fallout here in a little bit, I'm hoping that there's a good arc there. And Master Chief had what I think was a pretty good arc in this one.
Okay.
And like showcase like it's like it was I think a good transition in his character and what he did and like how he was like respected by his peers and not respected, and like there's this like push and pull of stuff going on. I think it was really interesting. I think it's good. I mean, it's definitely not for me. It's not a Last of Us quality show, but I think it's a solid 8.5.
Okay. And then, so like another issue with me with season 1, it wasn't even about him taking off his helmet. I just thought it was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
My issue is just understanding the lore behind it. I felt like they didn't put enough explanations in a lot of things, and I was just making assumptions of it. And I felt like I would have to play the game to understand it even more. That's what kind of got me a little bit. So that's another reason why I kind of want to go back and
I think it's
season 1 again.
I think they do a pretty good job at explaining the lore in the show. I think it's because, again, from not being, I've never finished a Halo game except for the first one.
Yeah.
That's the only game I ever played start to finish.
Okay.
And even then, I don't remember half the story of that one. It's been so long since I played it. But I feel like I have a great understanding of like the conflicts that are happening here, the people that are involved, like the different groups. I mean, obviously I forget names and shit like that sometimes, but like the overall like idea, like there's a lot of, I mean, the base story of what's happening here is very simple. You know, it's kind of like a God of War story if you break it all down, but there's a lot of shit that's happening outside of it that causes it to feel bigger than it is. But really it's all about like this whole like mass organization, and then this other conflict between two groups, and then Master Chief's in the middle of all of it.
I gotcha.
And he's honorable and like holds true to his oath and honor every single step of the way, and people around him like push his like push him to the limits to like break said oath because like they don't trust him or they manipulate him amongst other people and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, like he gets pissed, but then he's like comes back and he's like, no, like I know who I am. I know what I'm supposed to be. Like I'm the Master Chief. I'm gonna fucking do what I gotta do for my people. This, that, whatever. So
I got you.
I don't know. I mean, I think
I'll give it another shot. To be honest,
I haven't really read any reviews of what people think of like season 2, and I did that intentionally because I didn't want to have. And I literally don't know what anybody's saying about season 2 if they like it or not. But I thought they did a great job with the second season. I thought it was fun to watch. I definitely like Fallout a lot better, but like this is still like a very solid show that I think is worth giving a chance. So yeah,
cool.
That's my review of Halo season 2.
Not bad.
Yeah. Pretty good, and it's quick too. I mean, it's each episode's like an hour for 55 minutes. 8-hour binge, you can be done with it. But there's some epic moments in here. Also, there's who are the guys
80% on Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, that's pretty good.
61% for audience score.
Nah, it's not surprising.
Yeah.
Austin, who are the dudes that have little shields? Little
Jackals.
Actually, for season 2, it's at 90%.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With audience?
For tomato review.
Oh, okay.
Audience review is 69%, so it jumped up 9%.
Okay, not too bad. Yeah, so definitely, I mean, it's better for sure. I mean, the production value of this show is like, I would love to know what their budget was because it looks really, really good. And just like seeing the Covenant, it was just like amazing.
8 episodes.
Yeah, so pretty fun. Halo season 2, y'all. It's on Paramount Plus. If you have Paramount Plus, it is available there. If not, then pick up Paramount Plus for a month and check it out.